Welcome, honored students, Sedro-Woolley School District board members, faculty, parents, family, and friends. Tonight, we are gathered to recognize the class of 2018, our seniors, as they complete their 13-year journey with the Sedro-Woolley School District by walking across this very stage and earning their high school diploma, the first stepping stone of many paving the road to achieving their dreams. I feel blessed to stand before you as your principal, surrounded by this incredible landscape with a little bit of rain and a community of united people here tonight to celebrate our 114th Sedro-Woolley High School senior graduation ceremony. It takes many hours and dedication to host a flawless graduation. Countless thanks are to be given to Carol Stradoff, our graduation guardian angel, who leads us all in the organization of this entire event. Please give Ms. Stradoff a round of applause. I am also in awe of our talented band and choir students, led by our directors, Mr. Paul Brask and Mr. Brad Hendry. Several teachers and administrators who have gone above and beyond for this evening, Mr. Grant, Mrs. Gustafson, Mr. Anderson, Mr. McCart, Mrs. Harlan, Mrs. Schmidt, and Mr. Allen, thank you. This is a bittersweet celebration for Mrs. Harlan and Mr. Allen as they are moving on in their careers, and the love and care they provided our graduates has been amazing. I want to also extend gratitude to Jennifer Daly, our college and career counselor, and Stephen Gunderson, our senior counselor, who supported our seniors to earn over $7 million in scholarships and mentored them in choosing their path beyond graduation. I want to thank the dedication of our school board members, our high school faculty, and all the Sedro-Woolley teachers who have made a huge impact on the lives of our seniors. And most importantly, parents and families, I want to extend my gratitude to you for allowing me to serve as your student's principal over the last 4 years. I am thrilled and ecstatic to see what's in store for these graduates. At this time, I am honored to bring Miss Sarah Hull to the stage as she will sing our national anthem. I ask that you please stand and remove your hats at this time, and our graduates may leave their caps on.
Love you. Okay, am I ready? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Hello, everyone. I'm Taylor Manning.
And I'm Sophie Stewart.
And this is your Roll Call 2018. If you think you hear your first or last name,
please stand.
Or even if you think you hear your first or last name, please stand and pay very careful attention.
Wow, I've never talked in front of this many people before. I really shouldn't have eaten that Krispy Kreme donut. I feel like I might hurl, but I'm sure I'll be okay.
Oh, I can cook you some chicken noodle soup or pour you some orange juice with no culp.
I'm okay. I'm a little Fulton at the moment.
Can you believe we're finally here at graduation? Thank goodness the weather forecast didn't have any stormos. The sky is kind of blue. The clouds are white, the lily flowers are blooming, and the grass is green.
And kind of brown. Can we get a Baumgartner around here?
Oh, Welch.
Anyway, I wish time would just slow down, though.
It seems like just only yesterday, Lewis and Clark explored the Applehaus Mountains and the Grand Coulee and Hoover Dams.
Not to alarm you, but I don't think that's how it went.
I'm pretty sure I am valedictorian.
That's true. I spent all of senior year playing Sims, climbing oak trees, and all that other stuff.
It's weird to think there will be a new group of seniors this autumn, strutting their stuff down the hall.
Hold up. Can we gauge the audience and see if we've even put a dent in our roll call?
Nope. Ah, Hoogendam.
Watch your language. There's Childress here.
There's fouler words out there.
Fair enough. Now let's get back to roll call so each and every one of us can go homes.
We have 3 Millers, 2 Marshalls, 4 Johnsons, 2 Petersons, 3 Garcias, 2 Adams, 2 Warners, 3 Smiths, 2 Jones, and 1 Dohanyuk.
Shocking.
3 Madisons, 3 Marshalls, 3 Christians, 2 Kyles, 3 Kylas, 2 Trevors, 2 Brocks, 3 Isaacs, 4 Michaels, 3 Emmas.
We can't forget our us. We have a Stasia, a Gloria, a Jessica, an Angela, a Samantha, a Patricia, Mariah, Victoria, a Lucia, a Zachariah, Adela, and an Erica.
I'll tell you what, this is exhausting. We have a Dudley, a Stephanie, a Natalie, a Emily, a Sophie, and a Zoe.
Don't forget, we have a Watson, a Wilson, a Torgeson, a Roberson, a Linton, a Wilkerson, a Hutchinson, an Isaacson, a Martinson, a Paulson, a Hanson, a Dawson, an Allison, an Erickson, an Olson, an Anderson, a Benson, and a Burleson.
Gam, son! We have a Justin and Dustin, a Tristan and Kristen, a Danielle and Giselle, a Haley, Bailey, and Kaylee, a Lou, a Chu, a Lillian, a Jillian, a Merrick and Derek, a Malia and Maria, a Kane, a Zane, and a Dane.
A Jacqueline, Kerrigan, Ryan, Adrian, Tegan, Jordan, Brandon, Nathan, Hayden, Colvin, Ethan, Caitlin, and a Patricia.
Aren't you forgetting someone?
No, I don't think so.
I'm getting sleepy. Can we take a break?
No way, Jose. We have a McIntyre, McNeil, McCandless, McCormick, McCutcheon, McMahon, and a McQuaid.
For some reason, McDonald is calling my name.
Mahalik.
Bless you.
That was a big one. I must have got a whiff of pepper here.
I wonder what all of these people do when they were older. They could become a tailor, a workman smith, a ranchler, a magnet maker, a fitness instructor helping people get in them gains, an engineer at Janicki Industries, a Diamond and Silva salesman.
He went to Jared.
Or a paleontologist studying Tyrannosaurus Rex Ross.
Ooh, like Ross Geller from Friends.
Oh, I love that show. Joey, Monica, Rachel, and Chandler Bingle?
Don't you mean Bing?
Okay. Sophie, valedictorian.
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
No chance in hole.
I'm just super excited to see where everyone in our class will travel to after graduation. Maybe Ellis Island in New Mork, Georgia, the Savannah Desert, North or South Dakota, Hoagland, either of the Disney parks to visit Minnie Mouse, Princess Tiana, Princess Jasmine, maybe even Carbajal in Brazil. Wherever it is, I know they will gara faro.
I can see a bright future for all of you. We may even have some future famous people in the house. Like some of you might become singers, like Whitney Houston, Selena Gomez, Ozzy Osbourne, or Winston Churchill.
Taylor, wasn't he the British primo minister in the 40s?
Sophie, valedictorian. Stop being a beige.
Right, sorry.
Some of you may go on to work in the entertainment industry, gracing the stage in the hit Broadway show Hamilton, acting on the big screen in a Warner Brothers movie, or might even go on to accept an Oscar one day.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Oh, or quit it. Some of you might become a professional athlete like Muhammad Ali.
And one of you will become a professional wrestler. Logan, we have faith in you.
Bart, let me be honest. I'm really going to miss this place and all the memories we made this year.
Totally. Prom was lit-key this year. We voted the coolest sets of twins we have in our class as prom king and queen. Aw, Schmidt. Sorry, Brandon and Alex.
We'll never forget the perks of senior year, like senior sass and senior sunrise, where we all gathered at Demetria's house at the crack of Bogdan to watch the sun come up. Tilly bars from the local Dairy Queen, homecoming, all the football games, the morning cruise to Morgan's Espresso, Briley making it to class on time.
There's so much to look back on and smile at, but there's even more to look forward to. It makes me all giddings inside.
Now for some words from the wise.
2 wands don't make a right.
Always bury your feet in the Sandoval and take a long look at the Badak.
Be yourself and never make brash decisions.
Wear deodorant to prevent the SWHS.
Branch out.
You are worthy.
Always put extra rust snacks in bottles of Walters from Walgreens, but always remember to close the lid tight.
We all strive to be tanner, but use an awful amount of sunscreen and aloe vera.
Respect your elders and don't lie to your parents.
Every rose has its Thornton.
Stay young at heart and always chase after your dreams.
Run your errands early in the day so you can always find a Perkins spot.
Remember to nourish your body with plenty of fruits and vegetables.
As one gate closes, another one's open, so keep rollings on.
I think you mean door.
Valedictorian.
You see what I have to deal with every day? Anyway, the moralis of the story is, wipe off your tears, you will Margot and do great things, but never forget where you came from.
It's just a little wet. All right, graduates. I remember the first time I saw a poster that seemed to put life's lessons so simply. It was entitled, All I Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. This list describes sharing, taking naps, eating cookies and milk, don't hit people, play fair, all the things we once did in kindergarten, and how it applies to our lives as we grow older. It's a good list, a very good list. But for you, I needed something a bit more magical, something that created wonder and a belief in the impossible. For that's what you are, class of 2018, each unique and special in your own way, yet collectively a beautiful, magical group of young souls who has touched our community. So with all that in consideration, this is a list that matches you much better. Hold while I get a prop. All I needed to know, I learned from watching Disney movies. That's right, you remember Pinocchio, Snow White, The Seven Dwarfs, Bambi, Mary Poppins, all preparing for what you needed to know when you graduate high school. Before I begin, let's start with understanding the person who created the icons, Mickey Mouse, A Princess Castle, and Tinkerbell Fairy Dust. Walt Disney was a man who looked at the world with uncontaminated wonder, believed that the impossible was possible, and desired most of all to create a place full of joy and imagination for children and adults to delight in. You might think that Walt had everything growing up to create this majestic company we call Disney, and with it Disneyland and Disney World. But he actually had quite the opposite. One of 5 children from a working class family, he only finished school up to the 8th grade, never had a formal education in art, made it through bankruptcy, and lost his first original special cartoon character to another company. Through hardship, perseverance, and a dream, he created Mickey Mouse. So class of 2018, graduates headed to the likes of Pepperdine, Georgetown, Wisconsin, UW, WSU, Eastern, Western, Central, Skagit, Bellingham, UTI, the Army, Air Force, Marines, and Navy, and so many more places. Here we go, the top 10 list. Kind of like for parents, David Letterman, if you all remember that with me. All I needed to know, I learned from watching Disney movies. Number 10. It's always good to have fun animals to make you happy. Just think about it, Thumper. Playing ice skating on the frozen pond in Bambi, what else could be better than having a furry friend that carries a constant beat with the thump of his foot? And just imagine what a life would be like if we had friends like Snow White and Cinderella to help us clean our houses and your bedrooms. Now that would be amazing. Number 9, when you're in a crunch or in a pickle and feel there's no end in sight, think outside the box and create a solution. Remember Pinocchio? He and Geppetto were stuck in a whale's belly, soon to be consumed. They created a fire to make the whale sneeze, and who knew that smoke would make a sneeze for a whale to pop them out and escape? But giving up certainly was not the answer, and neither should you ever give up. Speaking of Pinocchio, that leads me to number 8. Playing so long only gets you so far and can definitely change your looks for the worse. Remember the kids who skipped school to play on Pleasure Island? They thought it was grand until they started to change into donkey slaves. Hard work. I know, right? Yeah, you remember. With the tail and the ears? Yeah, no, not good. Hard work and continuing your education with just the right amount of playtime will make all the difference in your life. Number 7, never ever eat an apple or any type of substance from someone who doesn't look just right. Remember Snow White and the apple from the old lady? One bite of what appeared to be the sweetest apple on the outside surely didn't work out too well for Snow White. And it took a miracle of true love's kiss to fix that one. Speaking of true love and kisses, on to number 6, true love's kiss. It's real, it exists in our world, and once you find it, treasure it forever. And I think that's in just about every Disney movie you'll see. Number 5, goodness comes to good people. Trust me, do good in your deeds, and it will come back tenfold. Goodness prevails over evil, it always does, just sometimes it takes a little longer than we want. I think every Disney movie knows this to be true, but let's check just to be sure. Snow White, yep. Cinderella, yep. Mulan, check. Toy Story, yeps. Lion King, check. Little Mermaid, yes. Cars, vroom vroom, yes. Beauty and the Beast, check. Bambi, yes. Sleeping Beauty, yep. Mary Poppins, yes. Have I said enough? Be good, and you will receive goodness. Number 4, even though our world is full of technology and the ability to connect and figure out our life by Google, Snapchat, Facebook, Google Maps, if we lose the human side of connection, we lose everything. Remember WALL-E? The people had become so reliant on technology that on this huge giant spaceship, they never even saw the person right next to them until their individual screens shut down. As you grow older, make a conscious effort to be present with those around you. Write more letters and notes instead of texts or Snapchats, and use technology as a way to make better connections and learn, not to disassociate. WALL-E. I love you guys. Number 3, sometimes you will need a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down. Life is not always grand or perfect. Sometimes you'll feel overwhelmed with all the things you have to do. Chores, paying bills, getting to bed late, waking up early, studying for school, working long hours, and much, much more. Find your spoonful of sugar. Find the happiness in the minute details of the tasks. And I guarantee you it won't feel so daunting. And if all else fails, sing.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way.
Yay! See? Look at this rain. It creates beautiful flowers. A spoonful of sugar. Number 2, hold on to your friendships that mean the most. Toy Story literally says it all. Sheriff Woody and Buzz Lightyear learned that no matter how different we are, the most valued friendship can get us through any odds. True friendship makes us whole and allows us to attempt our dreams without being laughed at. to infinity and beyond. And the number one lesson I learned from watching Disney movies that I hope to impart on you is always keep hope in your dreams and make them as wildly impossible as you can. Ariel and the Little Mermaid wanted to be a human one day. Pinocchio wanted to be a real boy. Buzz Lightyear wanted to fly. Mulan wanted to save her people. Mike Wazowski in Monsters wanted to be the top scarer. Lightning McQueen wanted to be the best race car ever. And Nemo wanted to find his way back home. All had dreams larger than life and never stopped believing in the impossible. Class of 2018, I stand before you in amazement and wonder. Oh no, it's time for me to go. I'm late for a very important date.
Miss Carlton, wait!
What, Logan? What did I forget? Oh my goodness. Oh.
I have it.
Alec has my selfie stick. Come on up, Alec, we gotta make this selfie happen. Thank goodness for the class of 2018. Otherwise, I would have become a Dory and forgot the selfie. Are we ready?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Turn this puppy around. All right. Are we ready? I don't think it's working. Wait. The stress of my technology.
That's why you don't count on technology.
Wait, you say that in the mic.
That's why you don't count on technology.
Okay. Darn it, we're taking it. We're taking it old school, and I'm just going to hold it as fast as I can. And we even practiced this multiple times. This is why we connect and stay together without technology. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, are we ready? Well done, Alec! Thank you. All right. Please give Alec and Logan a round of applause for remembering my selfie stick. And what you do for each other is the best part of all of this. Class of 2018, I am grateful that you took me into your hearts and gave me the very best of you. Our world is waiting, as are your dreams. So as a token to remember this moment and the time you spent here at Sedro-Woolley High School, every one of you is going to receive a little bracelet that says, Class of 2018, Dream the Impossible. Walt Disney did, and look where it got him. Now it's your turn to dream. Thank you, and I love you. And now we have a beautiful song for you.
We're very wet and cold and nervous, but we love you all. And on the topic of dreams, this is A Million Dreams for you guys. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home.
They can say that I sound crazy, They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design.
'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world can be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day.
They can say it all sounds crazy.
It all sounds crazy.
They can say we've lost our minds.
We lost our minds.
I don't care, so call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong. Just say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see.
A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Good evening. My name is Elena Regan, and I'm next year's National Honor Society president. Tonight, I have the privilege to announce the Sedro-Woolley High School valedictorians of the 2018 graduating class. I would like to take a moment to explain what it means to be a valedictorian. A valedictorian is a student having the highest academic achievements of one's class. The graduating class of 2018 has not only one student, but 10 outstanding students out of the role models of our school.
Getting to where these students are today was no easy task. Each of these students have exceeded expectations in not only academics, but in extracurriculars as well. They have spent countless hours writing essays, completing projects, preparing for tests, participating in any extracurriculars they are involved in, and so much more. To these students, anything lower than an A is unacceptable. Each and every one of these students up here today has earned the honorable award. These students' hard work and dedication to this school will be respected and appreciated for years to come. Today we will be honoring Taylor Manning, Kerrigan Bermani, Riley Gampson, Willem Hugendam, Saidi Young, Davis Mihalik, Leif Martinson, Dylan Peterson, Kiana Gaines, and Tiana Benham for their outstanding accomplishments. Taylor Manning has been involved in various clubs like ASB Executive Council, Varsity and Volunteerism, National Honor Society, and has been a part of the Cub Crew Mentor Program. In addition to these clubs, she has been involved in the following sports: cheer, basketball, and tennis. In the fall, Taylor will be attending Pepperdine University to study psychology. Kerrigan Bermani has been in band for 7.5 years. She was past year's National Honor Society secretary and has done swim and tennis. Kerrigan will be attending University of Portland to major in environmental science and to minor in music. Riley Gampson was this year's senior class president. In high school, he has been a part of Cyber Patriots, cross country, and track. Next fall, Riley will be attending the University of Washington, where he was direct admin to a computer science major. Willem Hugendam has been in band performing at various places and events like Disneyland, school concerts, and competitions, just to name a few. Willem will be going to Calvin College after graduation to major in physics and music and a minor in mathematics. Saidi Young was in Varsity and Volunteerism and National Honor Society. He has excelled in various sports like tennis, football, basketball, soccer, and track. Next fall, Sai will be going to George Fox University. Davis Mihalik has had a highly successful football and basketball and track career in high school. He is one of the most accomplished athletes in our school's history. Davis won the state title and beat our school record in the 400-meter race. After graduation, he'll be attending George Fox University to study pre-med. Leif Martinson's high school career has entailed leadership, ASB treasurer, Future Business Leaders of America, debate, varsity and volunteerism, French club president, soccer, and tennis. After graduation, Leif will be attending Georgetown University to study environmental biology and government. Dylan Peterson has involved in clubs like Varsity and Volunteerism, National Honor Society, FFA, and the Logger Rodeo team. He has been a youth football and basketball coach and a Camper Kyla counselor. In addition to these activities, he has been involved in the following sports: junior varsity baseball, junior varsity basketball, wrestling, and varsity football. In the fall, Dylan will be attending Whitworth University to major in mathematics with the teaching certificate. Kiana Gaines has been a part of Varsity and Volunteerism for 4 years, a Cub Crew Mentor for 2, National Honor Society for 3 years, and has been this past year's president. Kiana will be now heading to Western Washington University to major in mathematics. Tiana Benham has been involved in volleyball, Varsity and Volunteerism, National Honor Society, and Shakespeare Club. She is also a dancer at Skagit Valley Academy of Dance. After graduation, Tiana will be attending Whitworth University, where she will major in health sciences and minor in Spanish, and will be a part of the honors program. It will be so exciting to see what each of these incredible students' future hold. It is now time to hear from our valedictorians themselves.
Hello.
Don't
worry.
We
will
make this
short
and sweet so that
we
can
get the heck out
of
here. Just kidding. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. Here we are with our tasseled caps and stoled gowns. I'm sure antsy to walk across the stage and onto that bridge. These last 4 years have led up to this moment, and I couldn't be more excited and proud of myself and everyone around me. Sedro-Woolley High School has been a home to myself, and I'm sure to all the wonderful people next to me. Like the wise Dr. Seuss has clearly written perfectly for graduates, you are the guy who will decide where to go. This rings true with me and should with all of you. Throughout high school, I've learned so much beyond the classroom. This is all due to my wonderful advisors and teachers who have helped me build who I am now, standing in front of all of you. Ms. Heineman has taught me compassion. Ms. Kelly has been a second mother to me in so many ways. Mr. Jensen taught me so much about math, but also so much about the vital and substantial importance of learning. And so many of these teachers have taught me lessons similar to these. As we prepare for the next chapter in our lives, remember that you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose, you're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the person who will decide where to go.
I tried a little bit of everything in high school. I thought that the more activities I did, the more well-rounded I would be. I did a little golf. I swam for a lot. I was in varsity volunteerism, just to name a few. But when school got to be too hard and the sports were just too much and I couldn't find places to volunteer, I gave up. Real inspirational, I know, but I don't golf anymore, I don't swim anymore, and while I still volunteer, it's not nearly as much as I would like to. My point in saying this is not that you will get far when you quit, it's that it's hard to stick with something. It's hard to be a student and an athlete or an employee or a member of a club. But despite this, there's always been one thing I've stuck with. Though it became difficult and though I wanted to quit sometimes, or a lot of times, the passion outweighed the hardship. So, hey band! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being a family to me and for pushing me to go on even though I didn't want to play the fight song one more time or another 12-bar blues and F for the life of me. Hey band. Never quit. For all you freshmen who are unsure about Mr. Hendry, or if you really like band, just let me tell you, we're all unsure about Mr. Hendry. And yes, yes, you do like band, trust me. It's a harsh world out there and I wouldn't want to be in it if I couldn't make music. Hey band. I love you.
Leadership has been a part of my life for the past several years, serving in leadership and ASB throughout high school. After countless conferences, camps, and retreats, I've heard the same well-meaning but hollow words over and over again. Some guest speaker stands up in front of a crowd and talks for a while about how it's our time to change, and then we make plans for how we're going to make our school a better place. For too many people, these words that are preached over and over again simply go in one ear and out the next as they fail to face the problems their school and community face because they're complacent with the way things are. Last year, this trend of empty words followed by inaction became evident to me in our very own community. In September of last school year, I stood in this very stadium, surrounded by friends with the heavy smell of popcorn in the fall air, waiting for a football game to start. I noticed school administrators pacing frantically, a larger police presence than normal, and shocked expressions spreading through the crowd. It was no ordinary Friday night. Finally, somebody broke the news. Exactly 5.3 miles away, at the Cascade Mall, a mass shooting had occurred and the suspect had fled the scene. It wasn't hundreds or thousands of miles away. It was at my mall, in a store where I stood less than a week ago. Innocent people were gunned down. As horrifying as this event was at the time, it seems as a community, we've almost forgotten about what happened. Just like students are complacent with how their schools function, communities have become complacent with how things are regardless of the problems they may face. Here at Sedro-Woolley High School, our students are more interested in hands-on leadership than following the empty words of people unwilling to change their ways. From the student walkout, to the food pantry we created to ensure that our own students have food to eat, to the thousands of hours of local volunteerism, our leadership no longer has this sense of complacency that exists throughout our society. We've decided that the status quo just isn't good enough anymore. While others turn a blind eye to bullying and disengagement, we strive to create a sense of community with our freshman mentoring and anti-bullying campaigns. So as I directly address the class of 2018, I challenge you not to settle for just good enough. If you are not 100% satisfied with how things are in your life, it's on you to advocate for yourself. Get rid of this sense of complacency in your life. Don't like the job you have? Apply for a new one. Want to get out of gym class early? Hit the water main with a kickball. Trust me, Kate Isaacson has tested this one. Unhappy with your relationship? Actively seek to find the root of your problems. Do you feel like you haven't experienced enough? Go explore the world before you. Do you see something in your community that needs to change? Vote, campaign, volunteer, run for office, educate yourself. When I'm not 100% satisfied with the direction my life is headed, I choose to steer in another direction. Don't worry, it's okay to change your mind, but it's on you to decide when to change directions. Just remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. And on that note,
Riley, why are you wearing blue? I told you I was wearing blue, and now we're matching, and my outfit has been completely and totally ruined.
But at the end of the day, does it really matter? These they look awful anyway.
Tell me about it. These NHS stoles clash with our robes worse than Mr. Jensen's chalkboard clashes with his bald head.
Don't even get me started with these soggy boxes on our heads. Do you know how difficult it is to look good with a piece of cardboard on your head?
Trust me, Riley. I know.
On the flip side, this outfit makes me look skinny. Plus, it is Twin Day after all.
Riley, you could stand next to that pole and look skinny. And besides, no one does Spirit Days except for you. They're just for decoration.
Well, Spirit Day or not, this is the only article of clothing within a 50-mile radius that I could find that fits with the school's dress code, so I'm sorry. But I had to cover up from here to here, and that's a lot of real estate.
Well, be careful with that real estate. We won't want you to trip on your way up to get your diploma like last year when you tried doing the hurdles.
You know, maybe I should have just had someone to grab my diploma for me to avoid that again. As great it is being a meme, I'd rather not.
They're probably available at the district office during normal business hours, so you could probably pick it up then.
Yeah, but who has time during normal business hours to pick up a diploma? I'm busy businessing.
Don't worry, Riley. Diplomas really don't do anything. We can't exchange them for cash. It can't audition or interview for us. We can't eat it. We can't take it on a date. We could smoke it, but I don't advise that.
Oh, I never thought about it like that before. So we could just pick up and leave the ceremony and not lose anything?
Totally. We could walk out anytime.
I have an idea that just might work. We have Cade microwave some popcorn to set off the fire alarm to create a distraction. And just in case he's learned how to properly use one, we have a backup plan of flooding the gym and escaping #SWHS prison in the ensuing chaos.
That's a great idea, but I don't think it'll work. Even if we pull off that amazing diversion, Dan probably will just throw a car at us. And let's be real, I don't want to get hit by the car.
That's true. I guess we'll just have to wait an hour and get our diplomas now like everybody else. Besides, we're celebrating as a class that we made it through the greatest part of our life.
True, and I guess we should thank the people that made this possible. Great friends, supportive parents, amazing staff, inspirational teachers, or even Mr. Jensen.
It's a good thing that AP scores don't come out until July. Otherwise, his chalk addiction would really get out of control.
They apparently get worse every year. In fact, admin have been so worried about him jumping out of his window that they moved him downstairs for next year.
I'm so glad that we have admins that care. In fact, they care so much that they made us rewrite our valedictorian speech because it was too much fun. And we can't have that at #SWHS prison. Now can we?
Not at all. I'm so thankful they keep an eye out and prevent any fun from developing at all. Just imagine the shenanigans if we could actually have some fun around here.
You know, Willem, we joke a lot about a lot of the things at our school, like our admins, or Mr. Jensen, or Mr. Jensen. But you know, our school's really great. We have a lot, and we should appreciate it. If we look at things like our school bitterly in life for the rest of our lives, then we'll become bitter. And we need to learn to joke once in a while, and that's how I've made it through high school. Isn't that right, my friend?
What did you call me?
My friend.
We were friends. Until you showed up to graduation wearing blue, which is what I specifically told you I was wearing, so that we don't awkwardly match. You've ignored the basic rules of fashion, Riley, and that is no laughing matter.
I'm sorry, Willem.
What up, Woolley? Well, we're here to talk about some sports. And around here, sports are kind of a big deal, just like us. Combined, we spent around 10,000 hours practicing, playing in games, and other preparation. And yes, we did the math, because we can. With all this time dedicated to sports, we've learned many things that will help us succeed in the next chapter of our lives.
We have all learned a great deal in high school, at least most of us. I personally have learned many important lessons through sports. I switched from soccer, which I didn't really love, to track, a sport that I enjoyed and excelled in. This transition taught me that it is okay to move on from something I don't love. The whole point of high school sports is to have fun, and I did just that over my 4 years. Sports pushes you past your limits and puts you in situations that you would not normally be in. Where else would I get flagged for over-celebration? Or get in my first fight? Although some might call it a hit and run. Right, Christian? One of the things that I enjoyed about sports is the chance to have relationships and spend more time with my friends. That's one reason why, as a senior, I decided to try football for the first time. The safe choice would have been to play tennis, as I had done the previous 3 years, but I wanted to challenge myself. Good things tend to happen when you let go of your worries and go for something. If you're going to do something, do it right. Full send or not at all. Regret is the last feeling I want to have when I look back on my life. Sports have taught me not to be satisfied with the situation, but instead be proactive and take control.
Hours of practice right there, by the way. That was some teamwork right there. I would not be able to do that without sports or these two dudes right here. In life, you need cooperation and communication in your job, with your family, or when you're trying to write a valedictorian speech with 9 other people. Everyone has their own ideas, their own vision of how they want things to go, and it is impossible to keep everyone happy, just like coaching Powder Puff. Sorry, ladies. When you work together and make compromises, the end product usually turns out pretty good. In high school, I played football and basketball for 4 years and did track for 2 years. All 3 of these were very different experiences for me. In football, there are 11 people on the field at a time. That is a lot of moving parts, especially when you're trying to run Coach Ward's offense. That guy's a football wizard. Everybody has to do their part or nothing will get done right. You rely on the people next to do your job and their job, and you do yours. That takes trust. In basketball, it is the exact same way. Teams run plays that involve all 5 people, and if one person runs the play wrong, the whole play is ruined. Right, Jake? Track is very different from both of these. It is more of an individual sport than the others, but you do compete with your teammates in practice, and this makes everyone better. One of the best parts of track is the relationships you can build while supporting each other. All of these sports have prepared me well for my future, and I will take these lessons I've learned with me for the rest of my life.
In life, you will fail. Especially in your first year of track, unless you're Kristen Garcia. While playing sports, there have been many times when I was on the losing side of the field, mat, track, and court. However, I've always held my head up held high and learned from the experiences. From sports, I've been taught to be coachable and learn from my failures. My failures have taught me to work harder than the next week at practice, be determined to prepare at a higher level, and push through the times when you want to roll over and die. Summer workouts and out-of-season trainings have taught me to be determined and reach for challenging goals. One of my coaches once told me that once you think you're good enough, the guy behind you is already taking your place. This relates to life, because while in the pursuit of a career, you'll be put up against just as many qualified peers, and your work ethic and grit and determination will make you shine above them. My 4 years of high school sports have not only made me a better athlete, but also a better student and person. I'm proud of my accomplishments as an athlete and as a qualified student.
To wrap it all up, we'd like to thank our parents, staff, coaches, and the rest of the community for all the support and for making this an awesome ride. But most of all, let's hear it for the best dang band in the universe.
Sick 'em Cubs.
Dance has been an important part of my life since I was little. Through dance, I have learned some of the most important lessons in my life. Of these lessons, 3 stand out. First, don't forget to stretch. Even when every muscle in your body screams to stop. Every successful dancer knows to stretch a little farther, leap a little higher, and balance just a little longer. But before all these actions, stretch first. A torn muscle's not fun. We have been stretching ourselves for this next chapter in our life. We have been planning, preparing, and sometimes even procrastinating this process. Each one of us graduating today will repeat the cycle of stretching, reaching, and leaping towards our dreams and goals as we strive for success. Second, fake it till you make it. Performance is one of the most important aspects of dance. In many ways, we are all performing. Even if we have no idea what we are doing, as long as we look like we do, people will believe in us, which leads to us believing in ourselves. I will never forget performing in front of hundreds of people at McIntyre Hall and then suddenly forgetting every part of my dance. This will happen to all of you at one point in your life. But don't worry, it may seem like the end of the world at the time, but soon enough, it will be a distant memory you will be able to laugh about one day. When things get tough, remember to dig a little deeper, hold your head a little higher, and stand firm a little longer. We can reach our individual and unique potentials through hard work and dedication, and sometimes faking it just a little bit. Finally, if all else fails, dance like Elaine from Seinfeld and have fun. Those of us who have watched Seinfeld know that Elaine is a spastic dancer, yet she doesn't let that stop her. We may not always know what we are doing, and we may not always be the best. But if we let the joy in our hearts shine through, we can be like Elaine, and we can at least give those around us a good laugh. When I was younger, I almost stopped dance when I learned I couldn't dance on those really stiff, uncomfortable, and difficult to master dance shoes called point shoes. Dancing on point was a goal I had ever since I was a child, and not being able to dance on point frustrated me. I had reached the limit of my potential, but like Elaine, I decided I would not let not being perfect stop me. I'm pretty sure I don't dance as spastically as Elaine, but even if I did, it wouldn't matter. So in the words of Dr. Seuss, step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left.
Last one, guys. Clearly, Sedro-Woolley High School has influenced the people we have become. We learn lessons through athletics, academics, leadership, and extracurricular activities. Over our 4 years as students, we have patiently counted down the days until graduation, thinking it may never come. But we finally made it. The wait was not always easy, though. We endured the hashtag SWHS prison trend, but broke free from the shackles of social media hysteria and made it. Although Tide Pods were tempting and looked oh so delicious, we resisted the urge, well, everyone except Christian, but we all made it. We also struggled with justifying every action with simply saying YOLO, but we overcame that and made it. No one will forget the catastrophic Power Hour fiasco due to the freshmen, but we made it. If that was not enough, we also were plagued by the vicious disease of senioritis, but somehow we still made it. We made it to the finish line, but this finish line is not the end. Oh no, it is just the beginning. Yes, this may be the last time we are all together as a class, but graduation represents so much more than just finishing high school. It represents our hard work, our futures, our new beginnings. Even though we all have vastly different journeys, our adventure starts today. So Sedro-Woolley High School seniors, today is your day, your mountain is waiting, so go get on your way.
Hi, guys! Woo! Woo-hoo! Our papers are a little wet. Hang on.
No, this one's highlighted.
Okay, here we go. You all look so great. We love you. We are here tonight to announce the class of 2018 scholarship and award recipients. 89 students received 300 scholarships this year. The total amount of scholarships offered to the class of 2018 is approximately $7.5 million. The accepted amount of scholarships is $3.8 million. You have much to be proud of. Please stand when you hear your name and stay standing, and please hold your applause until the end. Drew Adams.
Michael Anderson.
Victoria Arquette.
Jacqueline Iea Cerna.
Tiana Benham.
Kerrigan Bermani.
Kyle Busey.
Areli Carbajal Nava.
Ethan Chu.
Matthew Clark.
Jared Cooley.
Danielle Conley.
Gavin Cook.
Samantha Cox.
Cy DeYoung.
Alan Dent.
Madison Denny.
Aaron Elder.
Dane Erks.
Jaden Flowers.
Adam Ford.
Eric Fulton.
Kiana Gaines.
Riley Gamson.
Kristen Garcia.
Erica Gomez.
Megan Green.
Jillian Guffey.
Kamira Hamilton.
Destiny Holmes.
William Hogendam.
Nathan Howard.
Did say Willem, sorry. I love you, Willem. Isaac Howell.
Sarah Hull.
Emily Hurlbut.
Cade Isaacson.
Grace Johnson.
Diamond Joyner.
Jessica Kirchgessler.
Jose Carlos Leca Mendez.
Patricia Malang.
Taylor Manning.
Brock Martin.
Primo Martinez.
Leif Martinson.
Lillian Messick.
Davis Mihalik.
Haley Moore.
Christian Morley.
Alex Nelson.
Brandon Nelson.
Christina Norris.
Lily Orton.
Mariah Aldman.
Brandon Paulson.
Natalia Perkins.
Dylan Peterson.
Lou Piotto.
Logan Price.
Casey Rexroth.
Stephanie Salgado.
Doug Sloan.
Lily Sneva.
Sophie Stewart.
Colvin Swanberg.
Ethan Sylvia.
Jasara Taylor Temple.
Emma Torgeson.
Shaylee Utter.
Shiloh Waters.
Heather Warner.
Adara Weech.
Brianna Werner.
Kaylee Willard.
Natalie Williams.
Brenna Wilson.
Caitlin Wright.
We would also like to announce the following students who, in addition to graduating from Sedro-Woolley High School today, have also earned their associate's degree from Skagit Valley College.
You go first.
Jared Abhold.
Lou Gifford.
Kyla Graham.
Demetria Hagg.
Connor Lindsay.
Allison Nichols.
Marshall Lowell Gonzalez. Congratulations.
Sopping wet. There we go.
Oh, what's up? I'm out of the rain. I'm going to talk a long time just to stay dry. No. Hey, are you guys ready for a revolution? You want to see one right now? Next time someone sells revolution, ask, what are you in for? Hey, that's not the kind of revolution I want to talk about tonight. I'm going to tell you about the kind of revolution that I have in mind. And if you think it's interesting, you can go review the answers with your friends after the show. If you're not interested in what I have to say, that's cool. You can figure it out on your own, or you can pay someone next year to say exactly what I'm going to say now. So these are your last 10 minutes of your free education. Sounds like this. When I say revolution, I don't mean the overthrow of the government. I'm not writing a Declaration of Independence. That's what money's for. Your money is your Declaration of Independence. Your parents have probably told you, if you don't like my rules, get out. And your thought is, I would if I could afford it. And that's the idea. They know you can't afford it. They would like you to be able to afford it, and they want you to be sick of their rules. Otherwise, you would never leave. When you can afford your own place, that is your Declaration of Independence. Kind of like high school. I know that I'm oppressing you. It's to encourage you to graduate. Everyone needs a bad job. It's to encourage you to improve yourself and get a better one. And that is what most people do. They suffer early at the bottom, they work their way to the top. That revolution doesn't need to be advertised. Everybody knows you're being oppressed. Don't revolt against the system, just get your own address. How many of you have suffered to get through high school? Well, if the answer is no, congratulations, because that means this speech is still relevant, and that means the days of suffering are still in front of you. When I say revolution, I don't mean communism. No individuality, no rights. Shoot, you can't even tell a communist joke unless everyone thinks it's funny. I hope you don't honestly think that the federal government's responsible for taking care of all your basic needs. The purpose of the government is to protect your right to have the opportunity to provide for yourself. Kind of like Power Hour. Every student in this school is guaranteed a half hour of study hall / power hour every day to ensure that every student has the opportunity to study or receive extra instruction from teachers. Thank you, Mrs. Carlton, for securing those rights. But what do many of you do? You take an hour lunch. You skip the power hour. You skip the detention. And then at the end of the year, I have to lower my professional expectations by accepting your late work 48 hours before you graduate in order to appease the mandate that all of you graduate on time. Now, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy, but some of you are graduating because the staff has enabled you to, not because you wanted to. However, many of you have worked hard and have challenged yourselves, and I don't want communism to devalue the individual achievements that most of you have made to earn this diploma. Communism is bad. And that revolution has been suppressed as a point of national security for over 100 years. Yet recently that revolution has sprung up in public schools. It is harmful. But again, I'm not talking about that revolution. The revolution I speak of is the one that occurred in 7th period, first semester. Nice job, Adrian. You're like, I was in that class. 7th period. I created 2 new classes this year. One was called The American Revolution. The other one was called Music as a Political Voice. And that's the one that was 7th period. You know, you all listen to a lot of foul-mouthed music. It was uncomfortable at first to listen to hardcore rap and hip-hop with people half my age. If I was your dad, I'm not sure I would want you listening to it. But turning it off ensures that the revolution won't be advertised. Hardcore music doesn't get airplay. You've eliminated an otherwise receptive audience because of the word choice. This is why your English teachers grade word choice as part of your essays. If you ever asked your English teacher, when am I ever going to use this skill? I would say, well, probably every day. When you need someone to listen to you who's busy and doesn't care about your problems, word choice might be important because at my age, time is money. After I became immune to the swearing and the violence, I was able to lead multiple intelligent discussions about life, the universe, pretty much everything. But at one point I said, stop! I've heard enough. I get why people are mad. You know what I haven't heard? Solutions. So we listed all the major complaints that we had heard over the course of the semester, and I said, which one of these problems can you solve on your own without any help from the government? And people started shouting out answers. I was crossing off stuff off the board. Drug addiction, bad boyfriends, yada, yada, yada. And parents, you'll be glad to know that your children understand that there are consequences to their actions, and they know that they should be more responsible instead of letting things slide. But check this. Many students agreed that if the penalties for not being responsible for bad enough, they would be more responsible. They said it was somebody's responsibility to make them be responsible. And I said, well, now check this. You got people complaining because authority didn't do their job, and they're complaining when authority tries to teach someone a lesson. Tell you what, if I'm responsible for you, then give me your rights. If you're not allowed to fail, I'm doing all the thinking for you. If we want people to graduate with the skills and knowledge for future success and learning, people have to fail so they can figure out how to improve. You got to do something on your own. It takes work. It's not easy. I don't really want to do it myself. But you can't expect to be free from oppression if you don't take responsibility for yourself. Everybody struggles. That revolution is not being advertised. All I hear is, lose weight now, without even changing your diet. You may be entitled to some money. Buy now. Why wait? The kicker was when I used to teach math at this school, and I had a kid say, I steal cell phones from rich kids because they can afford another one. I finally bought a car 2 years ago that was made in this century. The you have to be responsible revolution will not be advertised because it might hurt the economy. If everybody took care of themselves, you wouldn't need government. Although I do like not being invaded. So please keep supporting the military. For those of you on a Wednesday that got the oversized checks, thank you very much. All right, so what are you supposed to do? Number one, get people to like you. How? Stop complaining. Who needs to like you? Everybody. There are not enough jobs to go around, and you will most likely gain employment because of who you know, not what you know. So it's important to be on good terms with as many people as possible. Number two, invest your money. You will have challenges in life. I have thinning hair, crooked teeth. You might have lousy taste in music, or wear bad deodorant, or talk about yourself all the time. You might be a liar. Whatever. But one challenge you shouldn't have is money when you're old. I've taught you this lesson at least 30 times. If you never had me as a teacher, take a walk that way, 2 blocks, 3rd door on the right. You all told me you could handle $400 down, $40 a month, and you said that was easy to invest your money. Fine, do it. Do it before you buy anything else. It's called paying yourself first. If you become a millionaire, your kids will more than likely become millionaires, so on and so forth. Poverty will be wiped out in 2 generations. Number 3, always do your best. I remember the day in 7th period when the class concluded there were not enough positive male role models. The world would be a better place if there were better men in it. And I understand, ladies, if you think this dilemma is outside of your control. But don't complain. I would like to offer this. 2 days ago, when I found out that this gracious community contributed over, what's the stat, $7 million? $7 million in scholarship money. You know who received the majority of that money? Women. It has been women ever since I've been working here, which is now 10 years, which means more women than men are going to be reaching the highest levels of post-secondary education, which means more women will be earning higher incomes, becoming CEOs, driving the economic growth of America. I believe men will become better role models when women start to take control more of the wealth, resources, and employment opportunities in the United States. That day is coming soon. It will be a revolution, and it will not be advertised. Good night.
Mike. Oh. Uh-oh. Check mic one, check mic one. Okay, so there's a clapping part to this song. You remember this? So we're gonna clap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Audience, you can help with this. Let's do it backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Time's a joke, you're broke, your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. Well, it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year, but I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before, I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me too.
Your breakfast so far, things are going great.
Your mother warned you there'd be days like these, but she didn't tell you when the world has brought you down to your knees that I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before. 'Cause you're there for me too.
No one could ever know me, no one could ever see me. Seems you're the only one who knows what it's like to be me. Someone to make a day with, make everything all the rest with.
Someone I'll always laugh with, even on my worst and best with you.
The class of 2018 has always connected with each other, has always been there for each other. As we move on in this adventure, we hope to stay this way. We will always be FRIENDS, friends!
It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. I'll be there for you. When the rain starts
there before. 'Cause you're there for me too. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me too.
Class of 2018. Over the past 4 years, it's been a privilege to work with you as a class to strive towards your goals that I know are just a milestone and not the culmination. Keep your focus and enjoy the accomplishments that you are working towards today. Also, take a chance to look around you and realize that the family that you have created, all wearing blue robes and caps, mostly wet. Your time here at Sedro-Woolley High School will be a lasting memory that can never be taken away from you. And as you look back on the good, the bad, the ugly, and even the amazing, there will always be your Woolley family, your classmates, secretaries, teachers, and yes, even administrators that will always be there for you. With all of this, Mr. Brockman, as assistant principal at Sedro-Woolley High School, I certify that the class of 2018 has met or exceeded all of the requirements of the Sedro-Woolley School District. On behalf of the outstanding staff at Sedro-Woolley High School, it is with great satisfaction and pride that I present to you the class of 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Good evening, and congratulations to the Sedro-Woolley High School graduating class of 2018. You are an amazing class. And I think we need to get this show on the road, so I'm just going to introduce our board members over there. Christina Jefferson is our president. Eric Johnson is our vice president. We have Dr. Gary Johnson, we have Brandon Bond, and have Mr. Enrique Lopez. So, on behalf of the Sedro-Woolley School Board, I accept the class of 2018, and now let's get on and start passing out some diplomas.
No way.
Just wait for somebody up there to give you the eyeball.
Alec James.
Are we going?
Yeah.
Alec James Tanner Mason.
We're going to go a little bit faster, so halfway up the ramp.
Peyton Kyle Peterson.
So you got to hold for the applause, unfortunately.
Alex Raymond Nelson. Cy James DeYoung.
Good job, good pace.
Brandon Daniel Nelson. Cade Bergen Isaacson. Davis Matthew Mahalik.
Dylan Cole Peterson. Isaac Philip Howell. Colton Samuel Schwetz. Wesley Granville Culp. Sophie Ann Stewart. Briley Henry Mitchell. Caitlin Elizabeth Wright. Taylor Yvonne Manning. Leif Arnold Martinson. Destiny Dawn Holmes. Heather Allison Warner. Megan Mackenzie Jones. Emma Elizabeth Jean Torgeson. Faith Marie Sanford. Brenna Ray Wilson. Kaylee Eileen Willard. Samuel Nelson Hull. Emily Ray Ekrit. Emma Ray Claybo. Malia Esther Lenore Gahan. Madison Elizabeth Lanuza Ortiz. Miranda Alexis Bingle. Derek Roy Peterson. Matthew Lane Clark. Willem Bernard Hogendam. He's psyching me out.
Yeah, you got him.
Madison Noel McCandless. Samantha Morgan Cox. Jillian Sophia Guffey. Allison Ray Nichols. Kayla Marie Whitney. Aubrey Rosemary Osborne. Bailey Joe Minnie. Mariah Amber Adman. Dane Trevor Erks.
Great being your principal.
Ethan Ari Kupa Alani Chu. Tanner James Trammell. Devin Robert Hutchison. Noah Elliott Adams. Chance Sherman Joe Whipple. Hayden Allen Shannon Appel. Stephanie Ryan Salgado. Kyle Robert Douglas Busey. Christian James Robertson.
Brianna McKay Werner. Erica Gomez. Kerrigan Elizabeth Bermani. Eileen Marilyn Hall. Aurelie Carbajal Nava. Ethan William King Sylvia. Luba Sergeyeva Leos. Kiana Taylor McQuaid. Lucia Zapata Cruz. Andrea Delgado Guillen. Angela Janice Chavez Gutierrez. Jacqueline Elizabeth Ayala Serna. Remilio Harold Uzanov. Kiana Renee Gaines. Madison Noel Denny. Megan Rose Green. Sky Anna Smith. Autumn Ray Egerdahl. Dakota Brian Gummery. Dakota Marie Larrabee. Michaela Chanju Marshall. Joshua Brian Silva. Jacinta May Kearney Elder. Grace Olivia Claus. Louis Nicholas Piotto. Danielle Lynn Conley. Lillian Grace Messick. Emily Ray Roberts. Esperanza Lisette Sandoval Delgadillo. Monica Renee Betancourt. Adrian Sky Schmidt. Lily Shea Sneva. Emily James Burdick. Gunnar McGrady Stenseth. Natalie Agnes Williams. Jaden Bree Flowers. Bailey Michelle Tyler. Shiloh Leanne Walters. Emily Rose Hurlbutt. Wyatt Richard Walgren. Gage William Rapp. Jasara Grace Taylor Temple. Dakota Wiley Delarm. Soraya Lee Isla Burleson. Adara Star Weech. Derek Christopher Frazier. Aaron Randall Elder. Isaac Dennis Hopkins. Michael Darren Anderson. Natasha Rose Stormo. Abigail Lee Garfero. Katie Christine Fair.
Brooklyn Dawn Smith. Rayanne Lene Welch. Jordan Michelle True. Bryson J.P. Bartlett. Casey Nicole Rexroth. Ileana Michelle Honey. Nathan Allen Leroy. Eli Ruben Chavez. Chase Yeager Nispel. Edith Alessandra Navarro. Logan James Wise. Juan Miguel Sanchez. Christian Quevedo Rodriguez. Kenzie Ann Schrader. Sienna Lane Smith. Kristen Elise Garcia. Tiana Alexandra Benham. Sarah Jean Hull. Camera May Hamilton. Riley Calder Gamson. Georgia Elaine Gilbert. Amberly Madison Jennings. Shaylee Beth Utter. Janet Dawn Garcia. Drew William Adams. Megan Elizabeth Olson. Zoe Lynn Louise Breeding. Patricia Isabel Roa Malong. Diamond Marie Joyner. Joshua Jacob Good. Kyla Ray Marie Alcotree. Nathan Gordon Vaughn Howard. Jalen Eric Ranchler. Haley Brianne Moore. Jessica Penny Kirchhessler. Devin Michael Hoagland. Savannah Mary Kelly. Thomas William Branch. Natalia Jade Perkins. Christina Elizabeth Norris. Isaiah Daniel Ellis. Ryan Joseph Buchanan. Billy James Sims. Ethan Cole Lewis. Douglas William Sloan. Brock Wesley Martin. Dawson James Haley. Bogdan Andreevich Krush. Justin Allen Townsend. Adam Makoa Ford. Giselle Samantha Flores. Gloria Sarai Lopez Orantes. Christy Joanne Thomas. Kyla Ashlyn Kreider. Maria Isabella Gallegos. Thank you. Margot Pauline Callis. Eric Robert Fulton. Quinn Marie Wyckoff Novak. Alexandria Gabrielle Miller. Mal Jean Perks. Kylan Renee Stratton. Jonathan David Bliss. Alan Warren Dent. Tegan Jacob Edward Chevalier. Victoria Anna Villalobos. Victoria Eve Arquette. Nicholas Quinn Childress. Aaron Michael Workman-Smith. Peyton James Walls. Ulrich Royal Brash IV. Kateri Rose White. Colvin Dean Swanberg. Stephanie Abigail Escalante. Emma Ann Hoover. Oscar Julian Morales. Michael Hood Abraham. Benjamin James Wilkerson.
Jose Carlos Leca Mendez. Ross Anderson Newell. Victoria Hope Benson. Primo Fernando Martinez Santiago. Ellis Danielle Wepler. Chantel Elizabeth Vela. Aubrey Teresa Alyssa Linton Rappel. Tamara Ruth McCormack. Tristan Jordan McIntyre. Merrick Lyle Powell. Mason August Brown. Kyle Morgan Stevens. Jacob Neal Bumgardner. George Walter Janicki. Alejandro Garcia. Anthony Arce Munoz. Russell Andrew Litke. Malachi Addison Werner. Marshall Thomas Lowell Gonzalez. Daniel Vita Village Badak. Michael Thomas Haynes. Morgan Andrew Wheeler Stark. Dustin Lee Coker. Dustin Andrew Plymale. Jaden Ann Johnson. Joseph Matthew Watson. Lydia Nan Ershig. Connor Andrew Lindsay. Jared Benedict Cooley. Brandon Tyler Lennox. Alex Clayton McMahon. Gavin Bryce Cook. Brandon DeAnthony Paulson. Donna Marie Fowler. Angel Charlene Higgins Rawlings. Madison Lee Rappel. Demetria Jackson Haig. Charlize Ann McNeil. Elena Grace Dohanyuk. Bailey Jean Abbott.
Good job, Bailey.
Christian Caden Donald Morley. Zane Richard Bullard. Grace Elizabeth Bagoni. Kyla Hukulani Graham. Morgan Ford Irks. Jordan Brooks Kinzer. John Brown. Michael James Verdon. Muriel Adelaide Pepper. Madeline Rose Parks. Rachel Chastity Moore. Shelby Ann Beisch. Grace Leanne Johnson. Kane Wesley Hanson Alvarez. Trinity Christine Miller. Cole J. Applehans. Escott Diaz. Lily Ann Orton. Logan Kenneth Price.
Yeah, baby. We're here. We finally made it. We're graduating and moving on with our lives in the celebration of our success. We have worked hard and spent the last 13 years getting to this moment in time. I wanted to write something profound and unique to say to you that had some special theme or whatever, but after sitting at my desk for hours, I've decided that the best thing I can do is to be honest and true, and to speak from the bottom of my heart. High school has been an exciting but challenging time for all of us. Many of us have faced some pretty huge obstacles, but we made it. I like to thank the teachers, parents, administrators, and community members for helping us all get here. I don't believe we could have done this without your help. Most importantly, I'd like to thank the class of 2018. We should all take pride in our achievements. The relationships we've built have made it all possible to wake up every morning and work to get where we are now. I know that all of us have the potential to do great things with our lives, and I can't wait to see where you all go. I am proud to be where I'm from. I ask all of you graduating today to close your eyes for a moment. Think about what you have accomplished, the difficulties you have overcome, and the memories you will take with you. Have confidence in the knowledge you've gained along the way, and be excited for the future to come. Graduates, in a few seconds, you will no longer be high school students. Take it all in, because while today is special, it pales in comparison to what you can make tomorrow. Are you ready? Are you sure? Well, you better be, because you may now turn your tassels.
house.